Behold, a cold open sketch. Hey man, nice to meet you. Genie Joe, the name was?
Yeah, I am Genie Joe, the genie version.
Nice. Well, I'm Genie Tom, the genie version also.
I love making it clear that we're both genies.
Yeah, we're two genies. Sometimes my ass is straight up a wisp, and other times I have legs with Aladdin shoes.
It just goes back and forth depending on the situation.
This is one of the all-time truths of Genie. Anyway, let's get started.
I'm really excited. This is my first time granting a wish, dude.
And you're gonna do great. Just remember your training and be yourself. No pressure. If you need any help, that's what I'm shadowing for.
Thanks, man. Hopefully you just hang back and take notes.
That's the goal.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's start. Bring in the wisher.
Whoa, real genies.
Yep, I'm the one doing the wishes, though.
Yeah, I'm just shadowing the trainee.
So, are there any rules?
No death, or resurrection, or mind control, right?
That's right.
Okay, well, I guess I'll take $1,000,000.
Great choice. It's done.
Oh my god. Really? Let me check my bank account. Oh my god. Yes! Yes!
1 second.
Yeah?
So what's the gag? The money is like stolen and the cops are on their way?
Excuse me?
I mean, you turned down the obvious bit of giving him 1,000,000 male deer. I mean, imagine trying to feed them. Or maybe forcing him to sit on a horse that bucks 1,000,000 times. So I assumed you were just going with a subtler move.
What do you mean move?
Like, how'd you fuck him up?
I didn't. He asked for help. He asked for $1,000,000.
No, he asked for $1,000,000.
Yeah, but his intent was clear.
Yeah, listen, dude, we do not infer intent, okay? I'll let it slide this time, but just be careful.
Got it, sorry.
Can I use my second wish, Mr. Genie?
Sure thing, dude.
I'd like to have a smoking hot babe in my bed.
Oh, sure thing, dude. Wait. I was just about to infer intent beyond the literal wording of the wish.
Good catch.
Okay, so I just want to make it clear that I'm going to make a newborn baby show up in your bed, and it's going to be like 500 degrees. It's going to die right away. You'll go to jail for sure for baby murder. Every true crime podcast is going to do like 10 episodes on you. Just an FYI. Is that cool? Like, you officially want this?
No.
A quick word?
1 second. Dude, I was totally going to make a sexy lady show up. Good catch.
Dude, what the fuck is your problem?
I'm sorry?
Why are you warning him?
Because if I took him literally like you said, the wish would be so scary.
Yes, dude, yes it would. That's the whole point. That's the main thing.
Why is it the main thing?
Oh my, it's funny for us to grant wishes the asshole way. To us, this is the most funny way. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, if it's not to be funny, why do you even think we do the wishes?
We're all subs who bust off of being told.
Oh my god, dude, we're literally doms.
I thought we were subs for sure.
Well,
got that
we're
wrong.
not.
Okay, sorry. So, what should I do about this wish?
Well, he blew it with the warning, so, I guess just tell him it violates the mind control rule and have him do another one.
Oh, good idea. Hey, sorry about that, dude.
Are you guys having an argument?
No, we're doing Dom sub play and I'm rock hard. Anyway, the hot babe thing is against the rules. I can't force a lady to have sex with you. That's a mind control issue.
Oh, duh. That makes sense.
Actually, though, what if she's like a sex worker and then I'll pick up the bill?
Hey, that works.
It's done. You're booked for 9:30 tonight.
I'm gonna fucking puke. 1 second?
What is it? Why are you mean?
Brother, I am this close to flunking you. This is nuts.
You already said I blew it. How can you be more mad?
One thing you cannot do is ask clarifying questions, man.
Fine, sorry. Jeez.
This is your last wish, and so help me God, You will not infer intent. You will not ask clarifying questions. And you will not warn him that you are about to do a funny gag and fulfill the wish in a way that sucks.
I got it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go.
Okay. Sorry about that. You're on your last wish. What'll it be?
I wish for an 10-inch dick.
It's just like, I don't know. You want to restate it? Maybe.
Don't you dare.
That's not what doctors call it.
Fuck this. What a great sketch. I loved that genie sketch. Joe, I love all our sketches, but that one I feel like turned out especially good.
How many times have I sent you the Kids in the Hall sketch where they explain how they just did a bad sketch and you paid for it by the virtue of Canadian programming?
Yeah, I'll splice in the critical moment now.
Wow, what a bad sketch.
And in such poor taste, too. That's the one too. Oh man. So yeah, that's that would apply here as well. But genies are funny. I was telling Tom, I was like the magical creature that has not gotten like the excessive, I don't know, comic bookification is like, what if we, Tom and Joe, the comic book was genie hunters, and we hunt genies because, like, what if a pervert made a wish? We got to get rid of these things.
Yo, yeah. He'd wish for like some porno or something.
Right. And then that's when you come up with like a special lamp piercing rounds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it writes itself.
Yeah. Everyone's been focused on demons and vampires and, mummies. I did a bunch of mummy jokes at Last Genius Night. No one's talking about genies. And I thought, it'd be funny if we were hunting them because we thought it was rude that they like doing the wishes in the funny way. It's just a rudeness question, really.
They're gonna just trick you. Let's just take that out.
So this is like how I always spend time thinking about how I would explain modern technology to 1500s guys. And I'm like, well, logically, I can't start with the technology itself. I have to start by defining electrons. And like people in movies and shows who have a genie and then are like, get ready for a bunch of modern slang in my first wish. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Like, get a lawyer and like spend lots of time drafting the wording to your wishes, you fool.
Every word is a point of leverage. The genie.
It's the weenie. You're right.
But yeah, like every word you additionally give you're just giving him more rope to trick your dick with.
That's not what doctors call it. You're gonna get a tiny little Richard Nixon. You're gonna have to feed him. He's gonna say, I can't get a job because I'm only 10 inches tall.
Could also be a detective. Could be a detective with a regular size spine glass, which would make it like a berserk gut sword. I love it.
Yeah. Welcome to Anime Sickos. It's the podcast for geniuses and the only podcast where we look at the 4 pillars of modern misery: anime, gaming, posting, and jobs. I am Tom, an anime sicko.
I'm Joe, an anime sicko.
We are doing this for the 250th time. It is not quite as exciting as when there is a brand new integer at the beginning of the number, such as there will be in episode 300, but I mean, let's just do a mailbag episode. So that's like a 0 prep 1 for us. So I'm going to take that opportunity.
Yeah, you guys wrote this episode. Thanks.
And I mean, we have many people to thank, but perhaps the most important person to thank is our newest patron, Squirrely Han, or possibly Han. Squirrely, it's definitely Squirrely. They're from the Discord. I can picture their avatar as we speak. I believe it is a skeleton.
Thank you for your skeleton money.
Yeah, thank you, Squirrely. You can give us money at patreon.com/Anime Sickos. You can get the episodes early, and also there's the music show, Tom's Record Club. I like Tom's Record Club a lot. I think you might. Very few people mention it one way or the other. So I don't know if anyone else does, but no one dislikes it. I can say that. If they hated it, they'd tell me. Anyway, we did a mailbag. Let's begin. This one is the first question. This is from our homie, star of the Gutter podcast. We're talking about Mike Migdal. Remember, he won Guesto mode. He had this to say. What would your jobs and names be in an annoying-ass steampunk world? Love, Mike, Whizbang Plugnuts, Migdal. I believe Whizbang Plugnuts is him answering the question for him himself. Jobs and names.
I don't have a name yet. I have a job, though.
Oh, tell me the job, and maybe I can help, workshop the name based on that.
So steampunk has tons of pipes, right?
Yeah.
Tons of nuts and bolts everywhere. Things are tightened. There's just tons of shit, right?
Yeah.
My job is just to go around and tighten everything because it's an infrastructure issue, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your name is like Wrenchley Stevens.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. You're tightening everything off. Okay.
Yeah.
My job is I'm the guy who has to. So obviously, you're thinking of the steampunk world. You're thinking of the guys who have top hats with a gear on it, who are like in the big brass Zeppelin having fucking Setzer adventures. Yeah, I would not be doing that. That's not what I'm capable of. I am like in the disgusting engine room of whatever brass contraption that the Setzer equivalent is having an adventure in. I'm the guy who has to shovel the coal. And my name is the Brass Ass.
That's good. I thought of another really good job.
Give me.
I'm trying to sell regular hats, and it's not going well.
And your name is Joe Anderson.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey. And they're like, that doesn't even spin.
Yeah. I'm the guy who's trying to figure out internal combustion engines, and they're like, no, steam. Everything has to be slightly damp and 10,000 degrees forever.
What is the last steampunk property you interacted with? I'm trying to think, because I associate mostly with just people just putting it on and looking at each other. I would say Dishonored is like the last thing I played that was it and doesn't suck.
I wouldn't even say Dishonored is steampunk. It's steampunk sort of adjacent. It's in that galaxy, but like nothing is steam. It's whale punk. It's like whale oil and like whale magic is what that's about. I think steampunk is in that sort of very, very odd place that I don't know if there's any other genre that's like that is 100% fan and derivative works based. Like, I don't think there is. And maybe there is one that everyone listening is screaming at us to remember. Keep screaming, motherfucker. I'm not looking shit up. I believe that, steampunk is sort of an aesthetic that came up as an aesthetic. You know, there wasn't something first. Am I crazy? Because I can't bring to mind a movie or show that is like pure steampunk. It's like, like you were saying with Dishonored, like, yeah, it's steampunk adjacent, but like not exactly. I think it's just cosplay.
I want to derive a steampunk value out of here, like sort of a thing that I think is just built into your gaming brain, because it's all clockwork shit, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Pretend we're playing a game. The game does not matter. The name of the game, the directions don't matter. But I'm about to play 2 cards. Okay, you're going to tell me which one of them sucks more. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
I am first playing Automaton.
Yeah. Okay.
I am now playing Clockwork Automaton.
Oh.
Which one sucks more?
Are you posing this conundrum is the assumption that the card pool of this game contains both, or or one. It only had like I pick which one is in it, and
Which one sounds like it sucks more? What I'm trying to, I guess, get at is just like, if I see the word clockwork in front of a noun in a card, it to me means this gets shittier and falls apart and sucks.
yes. Okay, yes, you're right. It's brittle. It's brittle, and you just all you need to do is jangle the gears a little bit, and it goes and like
it's meant to
comes out.
fall apart. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. No, you're right.
I just clockwork to me means temporary in gaming language. It's like candle guys, but the candle guys are better because they're goopy, which is just
they're goopy.
Not for sex reasons. It's just like interesting. Yeah.
Hell is their home. I love those guys. You can get a 50-50 for zero. That's one of the funniest things you've ever done. If you haven't, actually, this is a perfect time to reminisce because this is, again, the 250 Mailbag Victory Lap episode. There's a video Joe did where it was when he lived in Hell Tower and could run. And he's just doing a front-facing video. It's like, guys, something really important just happened. I need to show you this. And like you run across your entire apartment and you do a big exaggerated like, and it's still front-facing the whole time. And you're like, all right, here it is. And you turn the camera around and you are filming Monster Train. And there is the champion from the Candle Guys. And you say, here is a 50-50 who costs zero. And then the video stops.
Man, there's nothing funnier than just like, I'm making you look at this.
Mm-hmm.
This is my problem.
Very good. Very good. All right. I think we're done with the steampunk shit. I am using RNG to get the next one, and the next one is from our buddy RD from the Discord. RD says this. RD from the Discord here, writing to you from a burner email. Congrats on 250 episodes. Because I consider myself the biggest One Piece freak, I wanted to give you a fun fact about chapter 250 of the manga. And holy shit, the chapter is called Ball Dragon. So y'all landed on the chapter whose title is a Dragon Ball reference. Hell yeah. Love the show. Never stop being sickos. RD. Is that true? One Piece chapter 250. I believe that it's true. Why would they lie? But also, why is it called Ball Dragon?
Do they have hockey at that point at 250?
Why are you asking about hockey in One Piece?
In 250, I didn't by chapter.
Oh my god! I thought you were talking about the ice-based Canada game. Hockey the magic. Okay.
No. Hockey. They you know how there's that sport? There's a 3 types conquerors hockey, and then the other 2 I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but so give me, is it real? Is it a real reference? Is it cool?
Chapter 250 on the One Piece fandom wiki is entitled Ball Dragon. That is correct. In classic wiki fashion, the summary of the plot is so fucking long and goes on and on and on and contains every single thing that happens, and there's no and it does not distinguish between unimportant and important details, so it's impossible to just look over it and figure out why it's called Ball Dragon. From what I can tell, it is a chapter where the crew is just fighting mini bosses in Skypiea. If I recall correctly, Skypiea had what was retconned as observation hockey because Enel had mantra, which was a magic that would allow him to see and sense where people were beyond what human sight was capable of. And then when hockey got introduced, he was like, oh yeah, mantra was observation hockey, by the way. Tug's collar. Yeah, it totally was. I knew that was that then.
So yeah.
Ball Dragon. That's pretty good. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, RT. Next one up on the docket, rolling that big die on Google RNG. This is going to be from Sil. Hello, Anime Sickos. I have listened to your podcast since episode 201. Specifically to convince myself to listen to you after you lingered in my podcast subscriptions for years. I don't know why 201 would convince you to do that. Was it really good? What did we do for episode 201? I'm looking it up. I don't recall. Oh, yeah, we did the big fucking joke where episode 200 was about goops and dusts, and then 201 was the celebration to trick people.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good one, I guess. Anyway, the point being, I've listened to your podcast since episode 201, and they all kicked ass. That's very true.
So true.
Here's my question. If you were a bacteria, what bacteria would you be, Love Sill? This is a great question, actually.
I would be helpful. Wait, was penicillin bacteria? I don't even fucking know.
I mean, Joe,
I would be kind, because I'd be the kind that when discovered and or utilized in a unique way would cure every disease.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
probably
one.
better than
That's a pretty
yours.
good one. Yeah, no, for real. A magic bacteria that made everything perfect. That's actually, you kind of can't do better than that. My take on your original question is, this is a question that's being asked to us by someone who has listened to every episode since 201, which is to say they cannot fucking pretend like they don't know who they're asking. So if the answer somehow gets bad, if it's like technically that's a fungus, like why were you asking us and not someone fucking smart, you know? So nah. So that being said, I would be the little dudes in my sourdough starter. I've been cooking sourdough. I've been baking sourdough for like a long ass time now. And I love my little starter. It's like a group of dudes who live in their house, and sometimes I fucking put their house in the oven.
It grows back though.
Yeah, they make yummy bread, and they're just chilling with their homies making what they love. And like that's what I'm trying to be. You know, when the starter rises, that's the equivalent of you and I recording another delightful podcast episode.
Next one, who do we got? Give me more kind words.
Next one. This is from Casey Green, one of our total homies. One of my all-time guys. Casey Green, a genius from life. What does Casey want to ask us? This is an incredible question. I forgot about this one, but I'm reading it again now. Would you eat the titular Angel's Egg from Angel's Egg, the motion picture? How would you steal it from the frail little girl who wields it in the movie? Do you think the soldier, and soldier is capitalized like a proper noun, do you think the soldier would even care that you stole it? And how would you cook it? In other words, how do you like your eggs? Thanks, KC. That's what you both say to me. Well, I said it. You have to say it.
Thank you. Oh, yes. What a question.
Have you seen this movie?
I've not seen it. I've also like not seen Labyrinth, but I like know it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I know that it's the anime that's fucking crazy, and it's like there's no plot. It's all vibes.
Can I focus on the most important part of the question, which is how would I take the egg from the frail girl? Does she got powers? We have to figure this out, Tom. Like, is this literally a frail girl in like the frail sense, or is this frail anime? Because I'm thinking about like the Vampire Hunter D, the second movie, where there was like they had like this beautiful wafy dying man that they who just haul around, and once in a while they would stick a thing in him, and he would become a ghost and kill vampires. I assume all frail people, except for myself, can do that.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, I think you sort of you've hinted at the answer to this own question. Because let's think. If you are with the frail girl, and the frail girl is anime, okay, the frail girl is anime, thus she might and probably does harbor a more devastating power than a buff guy. If you are in anime and you see like a big, strong buff guy, you see like a Nappa type, you're like, you got no fucking powers. You're just a guy who goes to the gym.
That guy's going to be a pair of boots in a little bit.
Exactly. If we assume that, I'm going with Shuffle Quest rules, Joe. If you two are in the anime, you have to be in the anime to encounter the frail girl. And so it thus goes logically, it follows, I should say, that you would, in becoming anime Joe version anime Joe, you would have the power that most represents your overall deal, which is I would be pushing the bed that you are frail on. You would have the little fucking injector of goo that would make the ghost come out. So if it came to that, the ghost would fuck up the whole deal.
I want to just put a detail in here, which would also apply to my presence in this anime. I'm on the wiki. Many of the themes and elements in Angel's Egg were originally from the canceled Lupin the Third film. So I would be saying Lupin facts too as I'm getting pushed around. I would just be like, wouldn't this be cool if there was a samurai here?
So everyone would be trying to tell you how to actually pronounce Lupin, and you'd be like, I've known all along.
I don't care for how horny he is.
That girl he's with is showing too much skin.
There was one time where her titties were, Tom, I don't want to be crude here, but they were plastic explosives, and he like almost died. That's so dangerous.
There's like the movies that were done by the guy who directed Redline. Everyone says these movies are so good. There's one with the samurai where the whole deal, the entire movie is just like he is doing his samurai shit and like killing a bunch of people, and the gore is done so sumptuously. It's so disgusting and so explicit. Just blah, they show it. And then he fights a American redheaded lumberjack who fights with 2 axes and has a grill for teeth. Yeah. And like the lumberjack kicks his ass. Like he escapes. The samurai escapes before he gets like seriously injured. But like the lumberjack completely counters his samurai style and is just like stronger than him physically. And also being an American, he's like 25 feet tall. And so the rest of the movie is him training to kill the lumberjack. And then he does. And I got to say that is an incredible watch that you should seek out. Anyways, because of that, I watched that first. I'm like, I'm
wait,
gonna watch
that was the reddest shit I've ever heard in my life. What did you just describe?
That was the movie Goemon's Blood Spray. It's a Lupin movie directed by the director of Redline.
Oh, that's the one that is like exceptionally dark, right? By Lupin standards. Okay, yes. Okay, well, I'm gonna watch that shit now. I didn't know that it was fucking hard countered by a lumberjack. I want that shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's like something that happens in the Kengan.
So Joe, here's the down part, the bad part. So he's made numerous of these types of movies. Like he's like, you do a bunch, focused on the different Lupin guys. So there's one about Jigen, Lupin's friend with the hat, who is a great gun.
He's Hat Gun, firer. Mr. Hat Gun.
Yeah, and I'm like, that one's gonna be cool. It's not as cool, and whatever. How could anything be as cool as that samurai shit? It couldn't. But one of the reasons that it's very annoying is that there is a subplot that is unrelated to anything. And it is that Fujiko, the girl, their friend with the boobies, she gets kidnapped by Epstein's. And she is forced to be the entertainment at their latest Epstein dinner. Now, what is the entertainment? There is a big plexiglass cube above the food room they're eating. Food room, they're having dinner, and there's a big plexiglass cube above them. The plexiglass cube is filled with lube or oil of some type. Fujiko is in there nude, and they drop down a big robot, and the robot has a dick that is a big drill. And, I'm not going to say what the robot is programmed to want to do, but I will say that in response to that, Fujiko has to try to run around the cube, which is very difficult because it's filled with oil. So she will fall down, and her big boobies will smoosh against the clear underside. And would you believe that the camera lingers on that like none other? Watching this movie makes you feel like you want to go to jail. Even if you were a prison abolitionist, you'd be like, but bring one special jail back just for me. It's horrible.
Yeah, I would go with the samurai one because he has to like train. What you're describing, I don't see any growth, which I need my media to lead by example.
Yeah. For me, my answer to this angel's egg question is I don't care for eggs. I don't really like them. I think the texture is weird. Cooked eggs, not for me. So I wouldn't eat the angel's egg. Also, I don't want to make the angel mad. Is the girl the angel?
I don't know. I just know the wackiness generally, and she's frail.
Yeah, she's frail. Okay, fair enough. I think that answered your question, Casey. Thank you for writing in. You're one of the kings, and we love you. Oh, this next one's an audio message. This is an audio message from our homie Alex Keswick, and I believe it is in character. One of those. You know, ever heard something be in character? Let's check it out.
Dear Anime Sickos, as you are no doubt aware, watching anime is illegal here in the outer space cyberpunk dystopian future. So when I saw your names pop up on the bounty net, first I thought, well, that can't possibly be right. Tom and Joe never talk about anime. But I guess you did the Tommy Galaxy episode recently, so that must have tripped some alarms. Now, I gotta be honest, I almost took the job. But then when I read you were celebrating 250 episodes, I figured, what the hey, they're good boys. Let them off the hook this time. You're welcome. Congratulations on hitting the $250,000. You are by far my favorite podcast to listen to while traversing the cold, dead reaches of outer space. Stay gold. And hey, keep your noses out of trouble, you hear? Yours truly, Sammy Sinclair, the Scat King of Ganymede.
I love this guy.
This is a common thing for us, which is
cool.
someone's at a computer and decides not to kill us. Like they're like on the fence.
Just if you look at it logically, it would be the right thing to do. But somehow,
I love these boys. I love these boys.
I mean, I cast my mind back to our one of our many restaurant sketches where we were Michelin reviewers and we were like, what? Is this good? How do you tell? And when the fucking waiter, Quinn Welsh Wilson, the waiter, was like, you guys are annoying everyone. And then the diners were like, actually, they're really charming.
Yeah, it's just really funny when everyone's into your shit. It's unquestioned. I love that version of that joke in Detroiters when I can't remember who it is. It's the exec at the real car company. And like they're basically just being insanely annoying and just ruining his life. And after they leave, he's just like, man, I love those guys. Yeah, and like we're gonna steal your laptop and break it. And he's like, no, guys, I need that. They're actual children. Actual children.
I love that. That's a guy. I think. Okay, I do believe that there's a podcast here, narrative podcast of some sort, in which Sammy Sinclair, the Scat King of Ganymede, incredible, is a major character. So we're canon. We were on the bounty net, dude. I love that. Thank you so much, Sammy. All right, next one.
Thank you.
This is from Cass. It is I, Cass. calevmir.bluesky.social if you want to follow them. Congrats on the Big 250. I have an important concern I have been meaning to raise with you both for some time. Oh, this is something. There's something here. You need to swap names. Now, what is that? How could that possibly be? Here's their reasoning. Tom is a much more fitting name for a tortured genius beset by plagues, bad bones, and the real devil from the real Bible squeezing his brain 24/6.75. I guess you get quarter of the day off every week.
That's fine. No, it's because of leap year.
That's true. And Joe is a much more suited name for the producer/editor of the only podcast. It carries more of that work-poisoned energy one needs to actually get creative endeavors over the finish line. Real talk, love the show. Bummed I haven't been able to make it to a genius night yet. Well, there's going to be more. And I wish nothing but the best for you both. I got into your show on the classic Quinn Welsh Wilson rec. I was just talking about them. And you were a comforting balm during the worst of the plague lockdown. You were one of only 3 podcasts in my commute rotation, and I always enjoy re-listening to random old episodes when I don't have anything new waiting. No, that is an incredible vote.
That's the highest praise. So that's the stuff that's really good. That's the stuff.
Wow.
Because here's what's great about that. We don't remember anything we said. So when anyone's like, oh, this old episode is really funny, it's like a trick you pulled on us.
Yeah.
And we're like, yay, that must have happened. We did that? No fucking way. Get out.
I don't know, Joe, how you know when I'm in my like nadir of like I'm not creative. I've just been
You're very
lucky at
whiny.
this
Yeah.
point.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
It's because I tell you. But when I'm in my worst, you'll be like, Tom, remember when you said this? That was so funny. And I will read that joke you cited, and it will be brand new to me, and I'll go, that's so brilliant. I said that? Wow. I do not. That is not a put on. I forgot completely, and it does not even remind me.
You have
to
goldfish
see
brain.
it
You have
written out.
actual goldfish brain. And it's
Yeah.
It's amazing. I don't even remember what it was. You said I didn't do something. I wasn't there, and I got pissed because you were next to me, and I literally like, are you alive? Are you alive? Do you not? You were there with me, and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My wife will ask me, like, tell me a funny story of your childhood. I'm like, I don't remember any fucking shit that happened to me before high school. Like, I went to school and played an N64. Like that. Like, I told you it all. Anyway, I'm not done with Cass's note. Now that you've filed the paperwork to properly switch first names, I wish you the best. And I will continue to recommend your show to friends by saying, now I should start by telling you that the name is a joke, and they're not Turbo Freaks. Well, that's not quite true, but we're not Turbo Freaks in the way that the name suggests. You should listen to Anime Sickos Podcasts. Thanks for reading the posts and dissecting the various real devil fruits. And of course, my favorite segment, Queen Watch.
Queen Watch is so good. Queen Watch is real killer. Oh, if we switched our name, I just feel like Joe. How do I put this? I agree with the sentiment that Joe is the working schlub name of the two, which is why it's funny that the devil's after him for me. Like I do. Yeah. I like Joe as a tortured name. Tom, I understand the working aspect of it, but like we got to talk to Tom about this. Sounds more correct. We got to talk to Joe about this because Tom has like a managerial upper level to me. Do you agree?
Okay. No, I don't. I think that there's the entire concept of names having a sort of ascribed personality is entirely stupid and false. And I'm calling to mind the high school activity of looking up names on Urban Dictionary, and like it's the entire thing of like I feel like this name is like this. It all comes from I know someone named this, and this is what they're like.
Oh, I love the really petty ones that have like no metrics because it's clearly just like someone sitting at the computer once be like, you know who's a bitch?
Yeah. A Stephanie is someone who plays games and lies. It's like, okay, sure. What happened? What'd she do? Yeah, the whole nominative determinism thing. Again, I'm reminded of Bill Ackman, the idiot billionaire on Twitter, talking about how it's a real thing. Names actually influence your personality. For example, myself, Bill Ackman, activist man. That's me. And it's like, oh my God, fuck off.
Jesus.
Also, but to humor the concept, I think Joe being the working stiff lug name is perfect for you because that's sort of your whole comedic personas. You're just like, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy in Chicago. And then like the fact that you say the funniest thing ever is like, oh, like the shock, the contrast is what makes it so good. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from. Also, I don't want to change my name because I have I have to get a new ID. I don't want to. Next one. This is from our homie Cohen Edenfield. Cohen, we love Cohen.
Cohen.
Cohen's been doing good. I was talking to them a little while ago. I was like, how you been? I haven't seen you like online very much. And turns out that was by choice. And from they described it the correct choice. They're doing great. They're one of the all-timers. I love Cohen.
It is funny when someone is just not available online. And it's like, wow, they're either like dead or they're so good right now.
Yeah. Yes. They got one way or the other, they're out, So Cohen says this: Tom, Joe, Tom, congratulations on your 250th episode. Gosh, where does the time go? This is a sincere question. Why does it feel like every day the hourglass pours a little faster? The angle of descent steepens and we must jog to keep from stumbling, even as our legs grow weary and our backs balkanize into warring city-states of pain, all vying for supremacy. Sometimes I wish I had a god so I'd have someone to blame. Lately, I have drawn comfort from vastness, with 2 trillion galaxies in the universe, most containing hundreds of billions of stars. Surely somewhere is an organism who can make it from waking to sleeping without making a mess of it. The rest of us must muddle through the best we can until the final mercy of oblivion releases us from the indignity of thought and form. Love the show, Cohen. Now, I know I just said Cohen was doing well. I know certain definitions of well, they still live in the world with us.
Yeah, I mean, like, see you at the war, but
Yeah. You're talking about getting older, brother. Yeah, I feel that. I'm old. I'm getting there.
the thing about the Forever Darkness is that it's so tangible. You can just really feel it, It's just waiting.
It gets heavier every day. And the only thing that I know for sure, for certain, without any doubt, that's not an assumption, that is the total truth, is that one day the weight will become too much and I'll be crushed.
Or your like atoms will just cease to bind and you will just scatter to the universe. That's
That
also
would
a
be the
thing I've also
coolest
thought
way to
about. It's just
die.
like I hit a point of tension where it's just like I let go at the molecular level, the equivalent of your back giving out, but like your DNA strips in half. And then you just become petals. Like, it would become rose petals.
It's like when your hip or shoulder just becomes wrong and goes to the wrong place. Like what if every proton in your body just got out of place and went in the wrong place and you just turned to sort of sand?
That's why every character with regeneration is a fantasy. It's just like, oh, your leg got blown off. Well, I don't care because there'll be a new one. Therefore, I don't have to get attached to any particular one.
I remember when it was the classic college thing of what would be the best way to die. Is that a classic college game?
Sure, yeah. No, I do that. I mean, I do that every day.
My answer, and this is kind of an answer that people didn't like because it represents a scenario that couldn't happen. But if we're talking ideal, the ideal way would be I would want to be, and of course, old age after living a rich life is not an option. That's boring. You can't say that. I mean, obviously, other than that, I'm just going around my life. I'm totally fine. Any random day, and then for whatever reason, without my knowledge, I am caught in an explosion, and I am vaporized before I'm even aware of what is happening. This is great because there's no pain or fear, and also no one has to clean me up. The reason this is impossible is because
there's no little nuke that only hits Tom, right? Is
exactly,
that the issue?
Right?
Okay, yeah.
Any explosion that would hit me and do no other damage is gonna make a lot of gore that people are gonna have to clean up. But what if? I'm just imagining.
I have for sure the worst way. I think it's up there. The way I would avoid it all the time. And when I don't know why I think about this so much, but the fucking drowning clone in The Prestige fucks me up so much. I've only seen the movie once or twice, but there's definitely just weeks where I'm like, we're gonna really think about the drowning clone. It's just the worst way to. It sucks. It's a real bummer. Because it's in reality, your only moment of life is to die. It's just it's rough. That's a hard. And you have to look at yourself through the glass as you die. There's a lot to think about. So I would say I would put that below regular drowning.
Joe, no. What about this? What if you were in a blazing inferno and were cooking alive. But also, you had over your head some type of glass dome helmet that was filled completely with water. You're drowning and burning at the same time.
You don't even have water in it. It's just like you fell into a fishbowl and like you can't navigate your burning house that well. Like it's effectively the same. Like you're just gonna run on oxygen one way or the other. Yeah. So I would say I would avoid that. So that's why I don't fuck with magic.
Yeah, that's a good reason. Oh, and there's an extra line that I didn't notice on Cohen's message. P.S. If you guys ever played Resident Evil 4, I gave it a try recently, and it's really fun. Hell yeah.
Best video game of all video games.
Yeah, it's good. All right. Next one up. This is from Robo. Dear the Anime Sickos, which former guestos would either of you want to have back on the show? Are there any guestos who'd podcast you'd want to go guesto mode for? I originally found out about Anime Sickos because of Taylor Moore and Branson Reese's guesto mode episodes. Thanks, Robo, like from Chrono Trigger. A better question would be, which guestos would we not want back, and which guestos would we not want to go on?
I think it's just like what left people with wanting more and more. I would say specifically because everybody's good, we love it all.
Yeah.
I mean, Branson Reese is so fucking funny. I can talk about Swan Boy's dirtbag related choices for a million years. It's like there are times where I like open up Swan Boy and I'm like, it's crazy how this isn't a cartoon and is just like a realistic depiction of a human being that I know and this is normal life. Has this way of being very stupid, but like it's all rooted in like this very knowable scumbag that I just am addicted to. And in another word, I could say I would just do a snuck off in another snuck off as much about Swan Boy and all the jokes there.
The current arc, the Philly trip arc, is really good. Did you see the Italiano arc about Rona's dad being an Italian giallo cinema in the 70s? And that was really, really good. I
think specifically the thing that I'm not gonna land. This is the thing I like in work in general, but it seesaws perfectly from just being like actually like fucking capital S stupid to smart in like this teetering way. That I know it's not unique to that, but it does it so well. Swan Boy is so good at it.
So yeah, we would want Branson back, but he's busy. I mean, okay. My answer to this question is every single one of our guestos I would want back or go on the podcast of, with the exception of the guesto whose episode we removed from the feed. Who's that? You can figure it out. I don't want to dwell, but like this is one of the things that it
was Shinzo Abe.
Yeah, Shinzo Abe, he died. One of the things that's so strong about Anime Sickos Podcast that I'm so proud of is that like the core sicko community is like locked the fuck in. I don't know how we do it, but like the audience we have is like dedicated to a crazy degree, as we see from these incredible mailbag mailings. And that goes for the guestos as well.
It's also what the worst of possible worlds boys said to us. We're like, yeah, we were just looking at another podcast to like, talk about and guest on. And we noticed that like, you just have a fan base that is unique in its tenacity.
Yeah, tenacity and intensity. And we're just like, I don't know, brother. We just do the show. So yeah, and that goes for our guestos. For the most, there were some guestos who came in, did their thing, and bounced, and we never heard from them again. But like, whatever, but still had a great time. But like, I think it's because our guest format is just like, let's chill and talk about the things you like. It's not like a bad movie podcast or like the guest has to watch some bullshit homework, which is not to say that watching a movie beforehand is bad. It's just, it is homework. You do it at home. And if it's a bad movie, it's bullshit. You don't do bullshit homework. So it's just like let's connect. Like, so the very, process of doing the guest episode is us making a connection, establishing a rapport, inducting them into the sicko circle, as it were. So yeah, I love all our guest shows. I love the sicko homies. Like that's the main reason we have guest shows, is to bolster the stable of sicko homies. Joe, as you know, every once in a while I get it in my head that the main reason to have guest shows should be to boost the numbers, and then I start freaking out because it never fucking does. Never does. Never ever. Even when you had so-and-so on, yes, but they have over 200,000 followers. I know, it didn't bump the numbers. Oh, I'm listening to this 30 episodes in the future. Surely that guest you had a couple episodes ago bumped the numbers. No, they did not. I guarantee you from the past, no. But it's a new sicko homie, and that's what it's all about. I want to go on more podcasts. Also, which podcast would I want to go guesto mode on? Why is no one fucking asking me? Come on, let's do it. Get to it. Chop, folks.
I want to go on the one where the ladies from The Office recap the episodes.
Yeah, that's true. That's good. They would have funny things to say about what Rainn Wilson was like that day. Next one's from Tora Lee Hart. I think it's good that we call AI slop now because it pisses off the tech bros. However, now I feel like I can't say gimme to slop when I mean genuine human-made garbage that I want to shovel into my stupid maw.
Yes.
In 2026, how can I describe tasty slop without it being mistaken for AI slop? It's an excellent question.
This is totally a fair point and something I've been kind of wondering because, like, as you said, AI slop means slop. It means a generated woman with too many fingers, a like graphic design ad that looks off and clearly AI, that sort of thing. It's slop, graphic slop, AI slop. But like what we said before is like slop would mean, okay, I just like really old dungeon crawlers and I'm just going to line them all up and just fucking get through them all, right? That's what we meant by like slop. It's just like the specific pleasure vector that I am like rubbing my head against. So I do agree there needs to be another word. Slop correctly frames it as just like low effort. It just comes out of stuff. It's not made, it just shows up.
Yeah.
So there needs to be a better word for what happens when you like, all right, time to watch all the Cheers. You know what I mean? There needs to be a term for that. That's not binging because that word's already there, not interesting or funny, so we can't do it.
No, I mean, I'm of a mind where I kind of go to the Office Space gag with Michael Bolton, where it's like, I was here first, and also I don't suck. The other thing has to change the word. But I also know that that's not possible.
The other thing changes the word for me too much. It's just like they are an all-encompassing gravity that has tainted that word for me.
Yeah. I mean, this is another example of we're ahead of the curve and we don't even get a fucking thank you. It happens so often, never get any recognition, never get paid for it. The numbers never go up. We get 1,000 downloads every episode, just like we did in 2023. I don't know. What's it mean? I don't have an answer for this. If I did, I would be saying the good thing. You can still wear your Gimme to Slop t-shirt if you have it.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, that's nothing I said to imply that the shirt is not perfect anyway.
And if hey, it actually kind of makes sense. If someone sees you wearing that shirt and sees the piggy saying "Gimme the slop" and they think it means "Give me AI content," it still kind of works because the piggy's a little piggy in the mud who says "most obedient hog," and you see in the background that although he is getting a little treat for complying, he will eventually be fed into the fucking slaughterhouse. And so
but he's also unaware of all the death around him. And honestly, it works better that way, honestly.
Yes. It's a much more like damning anti-AI image now. AI went around when Casey Green drew that originally, or not in a way that mattered. So yeah, if anyone can come up with a funny word for us to use, please do, because I don't got one right now.
Yeah, slop needs something else. It needs a less awful version.
Next from our homie Ryan Wagahoff. Hello to Anime Sickos. I'm curious to know if one's status as a practitioner of the sicko mindset can be revoked. What can make someone a non-sicko? Can a lapsed follower of the path ever be welcomed back into the light of sickodom? Bonus question, who would be sicko arbiter of judgment? One must stand before at the end of their life. Your follower in sickodom, Ryan. Let's start with the first question. Can someone who was a sicko be made a non-sicko? What do you think of that?
I see no reason someone can't fall from the path. Basically, if I could zoom out on the question, it's like, can someone get shittier in some way? I believe they can. I
Yes.
believe they can. I don't have the specific levers in mind here, but I believe it can happen.
I've seen evidence of it happening once or twice. I sort of, okay. I think it's important that the question mentions sicko mindset, which if you don't know, if you haven't been listening for all 250 episodes, sicko mindset is a very important way of being that makes you way more mentally healthy than anyone who does not have the sicko mindset, which is you must understand that all shit kind of sucks and is stupid. But that doesn't mean that you are like a guy who thinks everything's bad or you're above it. You're stupid. Why is everything stupid? Because it's made by people who are stupid. And I'm me and I like myself and I like my friends. My friends are stupid. I'm stupid. Stupid's good. We like stupid. But it is important that when you're watching your slop or playing your slop, you have to understand, like, this is kind of some silly shit. And that's not a problem. But if you don't think that, you become the sort of like the Star Wars YouTuber where Star Wars is the most important thing in the world. And you get angry at Star Wars when it's not good, or if people say it's not good and you have already made it your public opinion that it is good, and just it's just so important. It has to be exactly that's how you fuck up. And in that sense, yes, you can get shittier and stop thinking that. You can get possessive over your treats.
The key phrase is the stuff you like sucks. You gotta understand the ways in which the stuff you like sucks. And I don't mean like the ways it's problematic or whatever. I mean like I just mean like literally like it's fine to point out the ways in which something sucks, or there's like, not amazing creative choices. I like punk music. I love Bad Religion. They made the same album 40 fucking times. I will always say that. I'm very aware of why and I'm aware of why people will be like, oh yeah, this is like the same thing 100 times. And I will not be surprised when they say that. I think that's sort of a huge element too, where it's like the really into it fandom is also amazed when people bounce off something for any reason and they don't even understand why. It's like, no, they're great.
Because it sucks, yeah.
But like, if you don't want the same album 40 times, I get it.
Yeah. Like, for real, like, you don't want to be the kind of guy who, if someone is like, yeah, Star Wars is really stupid and for children and all of the dialogue is terrible. You don't want your response to be getting mad. You don't want to start getting huffy.
Yes.
Because, like, no, it's all, you can like it. I like the movies.
You can like it,
but that's true.
Don't start getting upset about a cartoon that's not with you right now. Like, it's
yeah. However, what I was thinking when I first read this is the sort like the mark of being an anime sicko, which I sort of define as like once you have enjoyed anime or enjoyed a JRPG, you are like branded. Like you are a different type of person now. Like your fucking T cells change. And even if you never watch another anime ever again, you have like the taint in your soul. In that sense, you cannot stop being a sicko. But if you're talking about specifically the sicko mindset, yeah, you can become shitty.
You can become shitty. How do you become shitty? You drink the Kool-Aid. You become so into something, it becomes perfect. And as we've said again and again, when you're at that point, then like that thing can only be failed.
It cannot fail, can only be failed.
Exactly. It's just a really infantilizing way to look at something, and it's very common, unfortunately.
Yeah, I will say nobody's perfect. I mean, this is what we're saying. I fail at the sicko mindset quite a lot, and my my weak spot is like the music that I love. And I didn't know this about myself until I was doing Record Club. And I had like, today we're listening to Murmur by REM. And then people would be like, this is like whatever. It slides off my brain. Slides off my brain is a phrase designed in a lab to make me fucking furious when applied to classic albums that I love more than anything. And I felt myself getting like red and hot and huffy. And I'm just like, uh-oh. I thought I was above this. No one's above it. And the final question, who is the final sicko arbiter of judgment at the end of one's life? Anubis, dude.
Yeah, he's already there, for starters. You just have to tell him that, like, now, when you calibrate the scale for their soul against the feather, you have to include their relationship with their media. Like, if you weren't doing that before, we got to make sure that's in the equation.
Next one is from Corey. C. Yote is how they signed off on it. Hi there. I tried Grillo's Pickle de Gallo on some chili dogs last night, and you're right. It is amazing. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread it. Sonic wrote this. Anyway, on to my question. Oh my God, this is a great question. If you were to have a replicator-style device in your home that could be set to perfectly replicate one particular food or drink item for the rest of your life, what would you set it to replicate, knowing that you can never change what you set it to replicate? Thank you. I will take your answer offline. Love you. Sleep tight. C. Yote. Wow, this is amazing.
You know what I would do?
What would you do?
My big barrel of crude oil.
That's not a food item.
Well, but if I lick it a little, can I like duplicate it? It's just honestly, coffee. That would be the oil answer, but also like real coffee costs so much. It's never gonna go away as a need. So I'm comfortable setting it as a forever device. Like, you get a big fucking thing of coffee and you're duplicating ground coffee forever. Like, taking that out of your budget for the rest of your life.
No.
Then I can start my business, you fucking moron. Now
okay.
I have unlimited supply. You need to get on my level.
Okay. My thought, my brain's been going nutty since I read this. So my feeling is that you have to consider two things when you're making this selection. One, and you've done this, you've talked about this, is cost. You don't want it to be something that is trivial to purchase already. And you don't want something that you could make. I'm thinking like, I haven't picked something yet, but I'm thinking like it probably has to be something fried. Because like fried food is a scale food. Like, it's not hard to deep fry something, but it's really hard to deal with setting up and tearing down a big hot pool of boiling oil. And that's why you want to have it be done at a restaurant where it just sort of lives there. They know they're going to fry a million things every day, so we'll just have the boiling oil constantly and never have to, deal with messing with oil in our kitchen. But specifically what fried thing, I think it might be, well, this kind of goes against the cost thing, but I think it might be French fries, because I love French fries.
I mean, you could still do a business with this.
Yeah, there's so many times where I want to like have like, a tiny little like a itty bitty amount of French fries just to like have.
Yeah, you would have a little for sure. When you have a magic gun that duplicates fries forever, you would just have a few. I believe you.
Yeah. And fries are so fucking good. They're always yummy. Which fries, that I would have to do a lot of research. If I got this replicator installed in my house, I'm going across the city, maybe taking a trip. I look up best fries. I take a trip. I'd find the best fry and I'd be like, that's the fry that I want replicated.
It'd be a really easy tier list to bang out either as a segment or a patron thing, which is just, we rank the types of fries, as in the ways they come. Waffle, whatever you would classify the McDonald's is, which is like the skinny, sort of like floppy, and they got the steak fries.
Waffle fries.
The one I would the one I would put the lowest, and it's just more potato than fries, so I don't know if we'd count it, but they're like the breakfast potatoes that are cut in slices almost. Those to me are the worst ways to eat a potato.
Slices. Maybe I can't visualize this. The Alps was just like one of my favorite diners. They have these breakfast potatoes that are chunks, and they're so crispy. Oh, they're good. I wouldn't call them fries though. I'd call them cooked potatoes. I think steak fries are underrated. They're definitely low tier. They're definitely low tier, but people make fun of them. They're an object of fun and derision, and I think that's ridiculous.
I think it's more like they cost $9 and don't come with the burger is the issue.
Well, that's not their fault. That's a
It is,
context thing. I guess. All right, next up, I think we've answered that question. This is from Corey Wilmarth, who is a fucking OG sicko head. Corey was listening to Shuffle Quest since the very beginning and has followed us ever since. I believe they were originally listening to Tome Foolery, Codex Melcher's book podcast, Dearly Departed. It was one of the great shows. I wish they were still doing it, but I understand why. They would stop because they would have to read a book by Satan every week. Corey says this. This is more of a comment than a question. That's me saying that. He didn't write that, but I'm just saying that about what I'm about to read. Tom and Joe are the only straight men allowed to say twink. This honor once belonged to John Mulaney, but we all know how that went. Thank you, Corey. I'm glad we have the pass.
Yeah, you said literally the words bratty bottom once. You said those words. Like you again, this is maybe a case of you not remembering anything you said, but you said the words bratty. Yeah, it was fucked up. I didn't say anything because I was scared. Okay, I was so scared.
Yeah, it's like me whenever I see Shadow the Hedgehog. That guy's so volatile. He could do anything, dude.
Yeah, I was just like, that was a genuine. Can you say that? Like, this is a new one, I guess.
The honor once belonged to John Mulaney, but we all know how that went. I assume Corey means how John Mulaney got plastic surgery to make himself look like the Crimson Chin. Have you seen him lately? His face is fucking ridiculous.
I have not, and that really bums me out. And I'm not even like, because when he was going through his divorce, there was like a lot of people who were like clearly like his persona in his stand-up is like who he is, and this is a betrayal, like whatever. They were just like obviously like putting a lot of like stuff that wasn't there and about him on that whole process, and I didn't like hearing about that. And now he's transforming his face.
He got the jaw work done. I remember when everyone was like, how dare he be a messy guy? He's supposed to be a wholesome wife-arino. But like, if you listen to any of his stand-up, it's like, hello, I look like a straight-laced guy, but actually I'm addicted to alcohol and cocaine in a way that makes me insane. Yeah. Ah! And everyone's like, he's so wholesome.
And it's, if you just like listen and use logic, like his early albums are like, yes, like he clearly was a piece of shit. Like he's delivering jokes but like he got here because of like being a piece of shit. It's just, I don't know why you have to think that person has to be wholesome until they die, because then the jokes get unsummoned.
Remember the genie guy, Whack from Twitter, who made it his big thing that like anyone who likes the John Mulaney stand-up where he talks about his relapse is immoral. It's actually immoral to make jokes about that, to take a time when he was hurting people and making immoral. It's an immoral choice to do drugs. He was hurting people and making immoral choices, and now he's using it to entertain and enrich himself. How dare he? That was such an incredible bit. I mean, it wasn't a bit. It'd be funny if it was a bit, but just like, wow, what a thing to just decide to be your brand.
Next one, please.
This one's real self-snuck. This is from Die Duck from the server. I don't know how pressed for time y'all are going to be, so here's my actual question up front. Why do y'all think there are so many insanely fucking cool trans people following you? Short answer to that, they're extremely online and like alternative comedy.
Just off the top of my head, I honestly think it's because of the color of my avatar is like,
Yeah.
like just a little transcoded. Like it's not inherently, but if you saw it like in a lineup, you wouldn't like dwell on it. And I think I've just rode that momentum for a while.
I mean, it's there's pink and blue on it. What can I say?
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, back to Diduck's message. I have my own ideas, but I'm more interested in your perspective. I didn't fully grasp that I was trans when I started listening to you two yammer, but the Discord server has done a lot to help get me out of my shell. I'm probably going to start on that girl juice by the time this episode airs, actually. Hey, congratulations. This all might feel secondary to the show, aside from Tor Client in a big way. But at the same time, it's been pretty central to my own experience with Anime Sickos podcasts. Anyway, Tom, move over. I gotta talk to Joe first. Hey, Joe. How's it hanging? I realize you think Tom blows a lot of smoke up your ass over this, but he's right, actually. And I gotta ask, what is it like being the funniest guy in the whole world? Anime Sickos' weird era is great, and what a time to be alive and all, but really, do people love Joe, statistically? This is Tom saying this. I look at the numbers. I have the fucking statistics. That is correct. The episodes without Joe do worse. Anyway, back to Diduck. I am currently sending you a big orb of healing energy, like you're charging up a spirit bomb to kill a boss. I hope this has some sort of appreciable effect. Good luck with the chronic pain broadcast by the Devil's AM radio station, dude. This shit sucks.
That's very flattering. I feel good. I had a recent Fast Joe conversion, which is like someone who has no opinion about me one way or the other, switching over to Team Joe, which is the the plumber we hired to get all the oil backup and shit that was bagging up our food disposal. He came in, we were talking, he sees our living room, which has kids stuff in it. And he's like, oh, do you have kids? And I was like, yeah, I have one. I was like, do you? And he's like, yeah, I have 5. And like, it's like 8 a.m. I don't talk to like other humans regularly this early. So I just said, wow, that's really fucked up. Are you Catholic? And then he just laughs, and he just laughs. And then the other thing is, after he was done, he like took care of some other stuff for me. He didn't have to, which is very kind of him. And it's just because I'm just a fucking moron, but in a way that is hopefully not harmful to the world, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes, it is exactly because you did that fucking joke that he did extra free work. And he was right to do it. Anyway, back to the note by Diduck. Anyway. Hey, Tom. Your creative works are truly a marvel to behold. You have an incredible talent for elevating insanely funny people to new heights. And I think that rules. Also, you are a very funny guy, too. Okay, thanks. What a double mondo cool double whammy of skill. Like, holy shit, dude. I've been giving you fuckers $5 for the last, checks notes, 3.5 years. And you've both made me laugh every episode. Out loud. I think they call this a crazy ROI, but they also say kill your soul and work makes you free, so I try not to listen too closely to them. Thank you both for your good work at keeping my brain from blasting its way out of my skull, flying straight up into the air and exploding like a $200 firework from a shady gas station just across the border in a state with worse laws, like South Carolina. You've permanently altered my vocabulary with shit like whips, shitties, nut, and the gizmo/doodad dichotomy where no one can remember which one is which. Man, what a neat show. Have a good self-snuck. Diduck. P.S. Tom, when is that fucking audio drama you're in coming out? It feels like it's been a literal year, but time is fake, so maybe it's only been like 4 months. Either way, I'm so goddamn ready for it. Gimme! Well, I'll answer you. The audio drama that Diduck refers to is The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, an audio drama written by Tom Coffin of Mobile Suit Breakdown and produced and directed by Sarah McCostumes of a bunch of other fucking podcasts. It's going to be on the Moonshot Podcast Network. On The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, I play Ethan Rivers, one of the main characters. Lydia Ryan, that's different from the name and the title. There's a reason. Disappears. And Ethan is like her best friend, and he and his sister D Rivers, fucking look for her. And I'm in every episode a lot. And when does it come out? It comes out on the 21st of June this year. That's 2 months away, June 21st. If it feels like it's been a literal year, that's because it has. There's been a lot of post-production put into this. I've heard a bunch of preview scenes, and yeah, it's you can hear the year on the screen. Like you'll see why it took all that work, and it's great. June 21st. That's it. Okay, next one. This is by Davin. This is by our homie Davin. We've talked to Davin. We both have. Congratulations on hitting 250 episodes of a podcast. You're the first to do it. And so you're the first to report from the other side. What's it like? What is the gift that the president of media gives you? Thanks for making the bad world funnier. It's the same gift that I get from every creative thing that I've put out into the world, which is fucking pain and contempt.
I got something way better, which is a card with the slime mechanic on it. I started playing Slay the Spire 2, and
Sly.
It's just like one of those beautiful mechanics where you're like, oh, you really figured it out. Like before, it was kind of a clunky discard thing, and then you narrowed it down to one simple thing. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So that's what the president of media gives me. He puts Sly on all my cards. So I'm playing them even if I'm forced to discard them, which I would because of pain and life and hell. So because of that, I'm going to climb the spire.
Beautiful. Well, I wish I had that. I was given the option of deflect, sucker punch, and bubble bobble or bibble bubble. The poison doubler. I don't have any poison in my deck. It's awful. Anyway, this one's from Kenny. Kenny is the goddamn Virginian, and we've talked about how the Sicko audience is ride or die, but I think none more so than Kenny, and he will bear that out with this. Dearest Sickos, congratulations on the most important, my man, the most important and only 250th celebration this year. Oh yeah, I forgot about America. Fuck America. I hope it collapses. I know it has not been easy for the two of you, especially the last couple of years, and no one could have blamed you if you had shut it down before now. So I am truly happy and excited for you to hit this incredible milestone. Even if you do one day decide to call it Curtains on the only podcast, I want you to know that you've made a positive, tangible impact on my life. I know many people will say that you've made their lives better, but I actually mean it, and I have proof. Yeah, the person who decided to come out as trans because of us, fuck them. That's not going to change anything. They're still going to be depressed. This is the real thing. No, I'm joking. About 4 years ago, you started an episode by wishing me a happy 18th birthday. It was my 28th, but it was the thought that counted.
Yes. We got a Twitter message that was like, hey, for some reason, my boyfriend likes this shit. Can you let's wish him a happy birthday?
He's turning 18.
He's going to be wearing his little sailor suit and his big lolly, and it would really make his day.
After it came out, she was like, thank you so much. He loved it. I hit 1 by accident. It was supposed to be a 2. Anyway. What? We wished him a happy 18th birthday and said that Carolyn, my girlfriend of 6 months, had put you up to it. That's true. We were just talking about that. And also that the devil is real. A few days later, as I left to drive home from Carolyn's apartment, I told her for the first time that I loved her. Now, while I can't insist that there were other reasons I said that, I cannot deny that her getting you to wish me a happy birthday was a reason. Now, 4 years later, you've again reminded me that, yeah, the devil's still real. And Carolyn and I are engaged to be married on May 17th. Oh. If for whatever reason you were in the DC metro area / Northern Virginia that weekend, pull through. You are invited. No questions asked. I don't think I will be, and it's very expensive.
Is flying allowed anymore? I saw some videos.
If you know what you got to do, it's got to be like Flintstones where there's 2 big like birdie wings and you are inside holding the stick and moving it up and down. Then you can fly.
I'm glad you brought that up because I need to say this before I forget, because this is like the only opportunity to say this, which is I was radicalized as a child in the movie The Flintstones Meet the Jetsons, because at one point they're all driving the car and the Jetsons put their feet up and they don't help, dude.
Jetsons get the fucking wall. They're bourgeoisie.
And like, yeah, they said you can do it. We got enough like leg power up here, but still, they should have kept doing it.
At least like every once in a while, I'll do like a little one, just to be like, put up appearances. Anyway, that's very real. We got more to talk through, so we can't focus on that. But like, that's truly a very upsetting thing. And you were right to be radicalized by it. Anyway, so there you go. 100% of couples where one of them gets the sickos to wish the other a happy birthday wind up getting married. And you said you'd never do that again. That's true. I said, like, if you think that we will wish you a happy birthday if you ask, no. Carolyn used the only one. You say you never do that again, so we're keeping that batting average at 1,000, baby. But even if we're not getting married solely because of you, the podcast has improved my life in so many ways, from making me read Infinite Jest and listen to Knife Man. Oh my God.
Oh, man, that's like the worst white boy. Thank you for these two things. Oh, but it's real. Infinite Jest is a perfect example of what exactly it needs to have the sicko mindset. It's so funny, but like, shut up.
Yeah. It's like, actually, David Foster Wallace was a really bad guy. Like, yeah, I know, and you can tell by reading the book. You don't even need to tell me his like life story.
He threw a lady out of a car. Like, it's okay.
And Knife Man, of course, is folk punk, so it fucking sucks. But the thing is, they're both great. You made me read Infinite Jest and listen to Knife Man, to changing my outlook on life and current events and making me post more. And I swear there is some good stuff too. Oh yeah, we met and regularly hang out with E and Casey because of the podcast, and that kicks ass. I'm really happy about that. They're amazing. And our layover in Chicago last winter was way better than it could have been otherwise, thanks to Joe taking us to Kong Dog.
Yeah, I did an architecture tour. You get in my Ionic, and then we go.
Also, I never would have watched Deadwood and seen E.B. Farnham say, "When I hear his voice, I see the inside of his skull. Phantoms grin out at me, oozing gruesome goo."
E.B. is so good. E.B.'s so good.
I think Kenny once made a post where he mentioned saying, oozing their gruesome goo to the tune of Violence is Daily Life. Oozing their gruesome
goo. Yes.
That's a good one. Anyway. Here's to all the good times you've given me and all the good times to come. Sincerely, your goddamn Virginian, Kenny. Thank you, my man. That's real. I love that.
I feel so good right now.
Yeah. After that self-snuck, I think it's time for a completely neutral question that does not contain any praise. Hello, sickos. Excellent podcast. Would listen again. Well, okay, there is some praise. My question for you is, you are selected by the Muppets to star as the two human leads of their next film adaptation. Which work of classic fiction from any genre or medium are you adapting, and how are you casting the rest of the characters? Thank you and keep up the good work. Love, Lindsay from the Discord. I know what I would pick. What do you have anything off the top of your head?
I do. Okay, so here's what I envision: a Muppet production of Charlotte's Web. Tom and I are barnyard animals, but we are just like in jeans, like we're just standing. And we still say moo, or like the appropriate sound. But yeah, it's a production of Charlotte's Web with two guys that are. Who's the main animals? Is it other than the pig, of course? It's the cow, right?
Oh, I don't know, Charlotte.
No,
the spider.
That's the spider. I'm not going to be the spider. I'm going to be a cow.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can only remember Wilbur and Charlotte. Obviously we wouldn't be the main two. We're two human lead. Okay, who would be Wilbur? Would that have to be Kermit? Obviously, because he's like the main one.
And Miss Piggy is the spider.
Oh yeah. Okay, this is good. Okay.
So I want to just point out something right here, which is why the Muppets are the smartest thing ever. Like an idea goes from like half baked to actually this has got legs when you just like, yeah. And what if Miss Piggy was something else? And it's just like that's all it takes.
Yeah,
like they have set themselves up for success in such a way,
like the Muppets are actors. The idea that they are actors. This is the thing that's so good. When people talk about like the Muppet Christmas Carol, and like Michael Caine does a great performance because he doesn't act like his co-stars are puppets. He acts like he's doing a straight Christmas Carol adaptation. And like that is what I think is like so great about or rather that's what I think people are intending, even if they don't know it, when they ask like, what would you want the Muppets to do? It's not like, wouldn't it be crazy if there was a puppet version of, a classic story that isn't about puppets? Maybe a serious story with puppets. Can you believe it? No, what they're actually asking is like, there's this incredible artistic troupe of actors that I know. They really work together a lot, and they have a lot of range. And I wonder what I'd like this theater troupe to adapt next. Like that's what it is. It's just like, what you like is that there is a great group of actors who like to put on shows, and like, yes. So my answer is, and it's both an answer to this question and a selfish one, which is I would do the third season of Detroiters.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Tim and Sam died, and we took their place, and everyone else is Muppets. Ned, the security guard, who always has ideas for commercials, that's Gonzo for sure. Tommy Pencils, that's going to be Beaker. Beaker is Tommy Pencils.
Oh my God.
And like, what's so great about Detroiters is that there's constantly like one-off characters. So that's all the Muppets, Muppets. It's got a lot of legs.
The bike that's the pub that they pedal on. Can you imagine that with the Muppet legs?
I love when they have Muppets riding bikes. It's just like, this is better than, like, this is more impressive than the atom bomb. Like the atom bomb, it's like, I don't know, you do some sort of science shit. I don't care. Yeah, whatever. You probably figured it out with math. I don't fucking give a shit. But like when Kermit rides a bike,
you have to explain an atom bomb a little bit, like what happened, where it's just like, there's no explaining to what you like, look at the big bike. Look at the frog on it.
Yeah, how'd he do that? All right. This next one is going to be audio from our homie, Yoke Punk.
Hello, Anime Sickos. Tom and Joe. This is Sophie Yokepunk. Your show's the best. Congrats on 250. And huge shout out to those gay turtle sweeties. You know who you are. All right. Bye.
Joe, I don't know who the gay turtle sweeties are. They sound lovely.
They sound great. I honestly don't know. But I also forget things all the time. So this is now like social anxiety.
I never forget things, and no one has ever said that I do. I'm looking back through my memory, and I don't think it's ever happened.
Yokepunk has been a long time traveler with the Sickos, which is so appreciated.
All the lifers are just like, they're like my real I mean, like, I know there's like the whole danger of like parasocial shit, especially when you're making public art, but like, I don't know, is it parasocial when they really have put in the work? Like, I'm in the same Discord with them. It's not like I'm above it.
This is a fun distinction because like maybe, but also like people now fall in love with the text bot and kill themselves. So like the bar is lower somehow.
Yeah. This one's from Ramon, who says, I have no idea how to write these kind of emails, but I felt like doing it due to how much I enjoy the podcast, and because I can relate to having terrible mental health issues that keep coming back. Good thing the Steam Deck is a thing, so I have something when I'm too anxious to spend any time behind my desk or do anything besides sit on the couch. The Steam Deck is so... handheld gaming is like... I don't know what it is, but like it's better
because you can like
gaming.
Literally crawl up into a blanket and like just... descend. Like nothing, no stimulus you need is literally outside of your immediate radius. Like the TV is on the other side of the room, but if you have your Steam Deck, you're like in a dome of gaming.
Yeah. Yes. You can be lying your ass down. You can be under the covers.
It's also better for any game where you have to grind. It's made for games where you grind.
Yes. I mean, it's... people have, and us included, talked down on the idea of second screen content. I mean, Netflix is like, we want all our movies and shows to be second screen friendly. And it's like, that's so anti-art. It's disgusting. It's wrong-headed. It speaks to the moral rot of society these days. And that's correct. But some video games are designed to be like purposefully. Like, this is just a fidget toy. This is a fidget spinner. You just press the same fucking buttons. You're never in any danger. There's no decision making that you have to make. You just kind of fiddle with it a little bit, and every once in a while you get a little treat. And if you have like The Simpsons on while you're doing that, brother, like that is something.
Oh my God. It's just like, I am specifically trying to get the Sword of Kings to drop. I am just walking around this one part in Earthbound again and again. Like, it's so good for shit like that. It's so good. It basically is. Every game now has a compatible sort of like second level grind mode for when you're watching The Simpsons.
Also, you can play Slay the Spire 2 on the Steam Deck, so that says it all. This one is a audio voice recording by our homie Sia.
Hello, Tom and Joe, Anime Sickos. This is Sierra, or Sia, later in the Discord. I don't know why I had a weird pause like that, but fuck it. We do it live. Congratulations on 250 episodes. I don't know if you could hear my cat, but she was just sitting in my lap. Her name is Natty, short for Natural Light, and she is a huge proponent of Dude Time. Something that I am so glad Tom gave a word to, because I never knew what to call it. The way that our cats would demand this time every night, and it was non-negotiable, basically. But I love the Anime Sickos podcast. I think I've maybe been listening for like 2 years now, and you may have seen my messages or my posts about it, but it is my favorite time capsule ever. It's my favorite time capsule. Every episode, as I have been going through it chronologically, has been a delight, as I remember things that, oh my God, I forgot that this happened, or wow, I can't wait till they get to this. You know, holy shit, they've got no idea what's going to happen a month from this episode that they released back
so
in
much
2023.
worse.
That's crazy. All of that is so delightful. All of the terms and philosophies that you guys have are just, you are out here doing the people's work. Like I said, even Dude Time, Corpse Brain, all of this, you are creating the vocabulary for things that we are experiencing every day. And for that, I am so grateful. The Anime Sickos Podcast is a podcast for geniuses. I love being a genius by listening, and I want to thank you guys for all of the work. It is just truly wonderful. Sicko Shock, everything. Sickos Noir, I love all of your sketches. I support it.
God.
Please, everybody, let's give the Sickos more money so they can continue to do cool things. Anyways, have a great day, you guys.
You get extra points whenever you specifically name drop an audio work that isn't us yammering.
So as much as I like had that like shock of like, oh my God, it's happening when she called that Sicko Shock, I don't think I've ever been as happy as I was hearing the sentence, I love all your sketches. All, dude. All. Even that one, yes.
That's not even true. You shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't like them all. They should.
What a bad sketch.
Half. Yeah. And in such poor taste, too. That's so wonderful. Dude Time is so, I think, the best example of a unstated phenomenon that is then given words and flesh. My cat yesterday wanted Dude Time so bad that like she was climbing on me for it, but I wasn't even laying right. So she was like, I'm going to lay fucked up because I just have to be on you. Like, I don't care. And it's just like, she's like, let's get the Dude Time going.
There is, and this is something that I wouldn't have put a lot of credence in, pre-Sickos, but having lived it, it's like fucking real. And I'm seeing it more and more, which is that like seeing the shape of a concept generally done through language and thus making it a concept in your sort of inventory of concepts that you can recognize in the world is like so fucking real. At the beginning, when people were gassing us up over this, it's like, all we're doing is making funny little words. It's not that big a deal, but like, no, it's true. Like, if you don't have the words and the shape to recognize a concept, like that means you have to do the discovery and like study yourself, which is hard. You might not do it. But if you just like get shown like the map, it's like, oh, well, now I can get there. And like, I'm glad that we've been able to do that for people. Because when people do it for me, I go, oh.
Do we got another one?
We got one more. This is the finale. This is from Cadogan Raccoon Picnic on the Discord. Cadogan was my guest on a recent Record Club episode where we talked about fucking Magic Alive and McKinley Dixon. That's a great album and a great episode. You should patronize us and listen to it. This is what Cadogan has to say. Hey guys, I wrote some questions for the 250th episode. Feel free to use all or none of them. I can't remember if you've covered some of this stuff before, but I'm not going to go back and look. That is so noble of you. Hey sickos, what was the anime that you watched way too young that started you down the sicko path? Was it something pretty straightforward like Dragon Ball, or a slightly too sexual 80s production that ended up in public broadcast or something?
Absolutely, the original Vampire Hunters DE. Like, it has like that late 80s anime gore that like I should not have seen a guy get psychically pushed into a wall such that his brains come out and stuff.
But you did.
I did. Yeah, and then I got it from Blockbuster. They helped me do it, in fact. I would say that that one, there was lots of gore in that one, but that one specifically, like the brain was just like, oh, I'm scarred. Like, I'm fucked up now.
Yeah. I've told this story, but I'll do it again, which is that like I watched a little bit of Dragon Ball on Toonami, and I was like, I hadn't heard of it and didn't know what it was. And I went to school and I talked to this one kid who I thought was a little bit cooler than me. And I'm like, hey, do you know what Dragon Ball? And he's like, yeah, that sucks. And I'm like, oh. And then I stopped watching it. So I didn't have a ton of youth anime experience. I sort of knew about it. I watched Cowboy Bebop in college in the way that and like Akira in the same way that I watched like the classics in college. It wasn't that I was becoming an anime freak. I think the thing that really tipped me over into freakdom was honestly when you and Creston told me to watch JoJo's. And I was just like, oh, wait, actually, I love this a lot.
Yeah, it's swinging for the fences. I also think that the original Vampire Hunter D movie had a boob in it, or maybe some boobs, which of course, like when I saw that, I like got up and looked around the house to make sure like someone wasn't coming to kill me.
Yeah. When I was little, I mean, still am. I was like crazy into comedy. Like I loved comedy movies and shows and et cetera. I talk about how I would fucking search through the 2 to 3 a.m. listings on the fucking TiVo on all the weirdo channels to see if any of them were rerunning Kids in the Hall. They were every once in a while. But like I got for like my birthday, like a bunch of Bill Murray movies, and I watched the one where he's in the army. And there's like a 2 or 3 minute scene where someone is just looking at the women's shower and it's like all boobs getting soaped up. And I'm like 12 and I'm like, Mommy got this for me? What the fuck? Like, this is not okay. Like, I'm going to hell. No. That turned out fine. Well, no, I didn't, but it wasn't that did it. All right, next question. What do you use as an emoji in lieu of the laughing, crying emoji? There was like a 3-month period where everyone stopped using it, but for some reason it's come back. I tend to use one of the laughing emojis that doesn't use any fluids, but what do y'all do? I think that the laughing emoji is okay as long as you don't do the one that's sideways, that's like diagonal. That's the one where like you only use it when you're mad. I think the normal cry laughing emoji is okay once in a while if something is really funny. I generally go with the red 100 myself.
The Joe style guide is to use LOL or LMAO as a reaction only for like I use emojis for everything else, but specifically for laughing, I put it in the realm of text. So yeah. I do not dedicate it to the reaction area. So that's my workaround.
Yeah, I also like the finger pointing up, but that's for real rather than like funny.
Or if something is just like so fucking stupid, there's like no ambiguity that this is just like a dumb thing to say, and then you're like, yeah, speak, brother.
Yeah. And of course, if you don't do this with your homies, I sincerely recommend setting this up as a concept which is using the trackball emoji as shorthand for I have seen and understood this. Like if your buddy texts you like some info, like, hey, make sure you're here at this time so we can be at the right place for our plans. Just trackball emoji. That way you don't have to write a response, but they're not out there wondering like, did they miss this? Oh, are they gonna trackball emoji? And you'd never get it twisted what the trackball emoji means because you're never going to use it for any other reason. Next one. Do you follow any non-sumo sports? How have sports anime compared to real sports in your experience? I do not follow any sports because as a child sports fan, the following three things happened to me. One, I experienced the height of the Chicago Bulls with Michael Jordan winning effortlessly. And I said to myself, well, no point watching more of that. I just saw the best one. I was a big fan of the Chicago Cubs. And then in 2003, they were in the playoffs and they looked like they had what it took to win the World Series. A truly great team with incredible generational talent. And then right when my hopes were as up as they possibly could be, they famously imploded cartoonishly and blew it big time, and they never had another chance. That team never had another chance because they were managed by an incompetent who ruined the bodies of all the players that season. And I, when that happened, went to my room and wept true tears. And I said to myself, fuck this baseball shit. What's it given me? And so I never cared about baseball again. A similar thing happened with the Chicago Bears, and I think 2006, 7, when they were in the Super Bowl, the season where Devin Hester was a rookie, and their quarterback was Rex Grossman, a dying Make-A-Wish kid who I guess got allowed to be on a fucking team.
He threw some absolute rockets. I mean, they were not at anything, but he would really chuck the ball.
I remember people would say, like, when he fucked it up during the regular season, like, he's young, he's a rookie, give him time, he's still learning. And then in the Super Bowl, you know how in football, the guy at the front of the line has the football and he says, hut, and he throws it between his legs to the quarterback who catches it. You know how in high school football, if the quarterback dropped that, everyone would go, cut him? Rex Grossman was a professional quarterback in the Super Bowl, the game that only ostensibly the best football players in the world can play in, and he dropped it. He dropped it during the fucking Super Bowl. And so that's why I stopped paying attention to fucking football, because again, it's like, oh, so this is the pain generator. That's the only thing that sports gives you is pain. So that's why I don't watch any sports. What about you, Joe?
Well, my wife just started following basketball, so I think I'm going to get into basketball by osmosis. She just wanted to follow sports because she really enjoyed the Winter Olympics, wanted something that was on, for most of the year, and she thinks baseball is boring. And
That's correct, it is.
It is, but baseball is like literally the first, second screen activity, or have it on the radio or whatever. It's like made to be around, but you don't watch it the same way you watch basketball, in my opinion.
Dude, it's a second screen activity even in live settings. Like when you go to the baseball game, what are you doing?
Supposed to
you're chowing
talk
down.
And drink.
Yes, yeah. And every once in a while you go, oh! And then you go back to doing what you were doing. It's great.
Yeah. Football, a little interest in, but I really enjoyed basketball so far. I have the same sort of formative experience though that Tom had, which is just like, okay, there was like 4 or 5 years there where it was like, okay, let's go watch the Bulls win, and they did, and then it was like how Superman always fixes the town at the end of a comic or something. It was just like, not only was it incredible to watch, there was a sense of community because everyone was like, literally everyone was watching it. Like I had no really sport ability, but like basketball was so popular growing up because of the Bulls that like, dude, nerds were playing basketball. Like nerds were trying.
Yeah. And like, it wasn't boring that the win was a foregone conclusion. It was like, having a level 100 character in a game. You're just like, oh my God, like I'm doing it perfectly. I love this. And I say I, because if you're from Chicago, you're on the Bulls.
Yes. Yeah.
That's you up there.
Yes. And it kicked ass. Obviously, it was a formative experience because I was a kid, but like that shit happened to me now, it would be just as good. It was ridiculous. It was like everyone, I remember just like everyone at school being like, all right, we're all going to go home and watch the Bulls. It was like, we are part of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. But yeah, basketball's good. I like it so far.
Yeah.
I'm becoming a jock because of my wife.
You had Winnie invited us over for like a basketball watching party on Sunday. Yeah. And it was great. I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. I'm going to hang out with Joe and Winnie. I'm going to see Ivan. I'm going to play with Ivan. He's going to be real cute. There's going to be some snacks. I'm going to eat the snacks. It's going to be great. And all that turned out to be exactly correct. I had the complete right idea. But my wrong idea that I assumed was like basketball, like it's going to be okay. It's just going to be some game on. It's just the reason for hanging out. It's not going to be like, a big deal. Well, we happened to tune in on like one of the most unbelievable games of basketball ever played, UConn versus Duke, where UConn in the last second dropped an unthinkable bucket for 3 that put them in the lead for like the first time, I think, the entire game. Like they looked like they were high schoolers for the first half. They looked like true chumps.
Yeah, it was rough. I mean, they were trailing by like 10 points the whole time. It was funny too because this insane 3 that tied everything up and made Duke cry. Like they were like 3 for 18 for 3, so like they just like would not stop fucking doing this. So it was very anime that like the thing that doesn't work, actually, I'm gonna keep doing it.
I'm gonna go so far beyond. Boom, and he did. That was great. Anyway, that's all the questions from the mailbag. I love doing Anime Sickos Podcast. I hope we do 250 more.
Yeah, and of those, there's 2 audio dramas in there.
I gotta get back to it. I'm trying to get back into writing. I've been talking to Josh about like, because Josh is like a real writer, and I'm like, I need to learn like the craft and the discipline because like I have the sort of natural talent that if I have an idea ready, I can write it out. But like the discipline to do it when you don't have an idea, it's like, oh fuck, I got to do the work. So I'm trying to do the work.
Yeah, it's like how working out when you feel like shit is actually the most important workout.
Yeah, it's true.
Not to say like, not if you're actually like ill, but doing the thing when you're at 50% is actually like the task. Because doing it when it's 100% is much easier, which is, this already. It's just, it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. And also just like, I can say without sort of hubris, like, yes, I do have like natural talent, but like natural talent only gets you so far. If I want to improve beyond things that come effortlessly for me, you gotta fucking grind. And I have not been grinding. And I'm going to try to do that. And so with the intention that in my grinding, as I get momentum and skill, I'm able to actually conceive of some audio drama projects beyond the last couple, which have just been like the idea just popped fully formed, which you cannot assume that will ever happen again. And it hasn't so far. So, but enough of that. If you want to listen to an audio drama that actually like did get written, listen to The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, beginning on June 21st. With me in it, I am one of the main 3 characters in it. I want there to be season 2 really bad, so please listen to it. Anyway, that's all the time we have for Anime Sickos. I've been Tom, an Anime Sicko.
I've been Joe, an Anime Sicko.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Anime Sickos. I've been Tom, a sicko. You can follow me on Blue Sky at Tom Harrison. Joe was also a sicko. You can follow him on Blue Sky at Sharia Uncle. You can follow Anime Sickos on Blue Sky at Anime Sickos, or email us at animesickos@gmail.com. You can give us money at patreon.com/Anime Sickos if you want. Please leave us a review or something. I don't know. Tell a friend. Anyway, until next time, bye.